Hi there, and welcome to today's video on the spiritual part of ourselves. This is the first time in doing my videos that I actually deleted what I did live because I didn't like it, and I'll tell you why I didn't like it. I was not comfortable with talking about the spiritual part of ourselves because I was afraid of offending anybody who didn't believe the way I believed. And I thought, this is ridiculous. The reason I didn't like this video is because I wasn't being authentic. And I thought, no wonder it doesn't work. And I spent 15 minutes pussyfooting around the issue. So here it is. I believe in God. I also believe in the feminine aspect of God, so I sometimes pray to God or Goddess. If you don't believe in that, that's okay. I also feel that if you don't believe in any kind of a higher power, fine, you don't have to. But if you're interested in hearing what I have to say, great. If not, you can move on. I'll refer to either God or higher power or the universe. Those are the three terms that I usually use. So whatever you believe in, whether it's whatever discipline, whatever religion or no religion, whatever it is, you are entitled to your beliefs. I'm not trying to convert you to anything. All I'm trying to do is just share what I believe and some of the things that I've learned through the various disciplines that I've studied. Some of this is original, but a lot of it isn't. It's just stuff that I'm sharing that's a conglomeration, an amalgamation of things that I've learned over my life. Take what you like and don't take the rest. So I started the series on life, on balance. Yesterday I talked about the difference between life-work balance, and I also introduced the four aspects or the four parts of ourselves. I sometimes refer to them as the four me's. We have the spiritual me, the intellectual or mental me, the emotional me, and the physical me. So today we're going to talk about the spiritual me or aspect. I believe that we are made in our higher power's image. The way I look at it, and because I think in pictures, and I'm very much right brain that way, the way I see it is if our higher power were, say, the ocean, then we would be drops of that ocean. As individuals, as people, we would be little individual droplets. We are comprised of all the things of the ocean, but we're not the ocean. That's how I see us. We have all the elements of the ocean, but we're not the ocean. We're merely a drop of it, a part of it. I also believe that we have a soul, and this spiritual me could be considered our soul. Some people might believe it as being an energy. I see our souls, in fact, I see all aspects of ourselves as energy. If I take a look at this pen here that's on my desk, right? This pen is made up of molecules and atoms and all kinds of things that our great physics instructors can tell us about. And each one of these molecules and atoms vibrates at a certain energy level. And so this pen is putting off a certain energy. I'm putting off a certain energy. You're putting off a certain energy. I have a computer here as well as my iPhone. Those all are putting off certain energies. There are dog whistles out there that dogs can hear because that noise or that sound is vibrating at a certain energy that their ears are capable of hearing, but ours aren't. All of that's energy. Well, I also believe that our higher power is a form of energy, but it's pretty much the highest and most powerful and strongest energy in the universe. So it's sort of like our higher power. Let's say we're this drop, right? Or we're this aspect of our higher power. It made us, we have all the elements of the ocean, if you will, but a little piece of us is removed. And that's the part that that longs to go home and to reunite with that source, with that higher power. I know a lot of people. I've traveled around this country. I've done a little bit of international travel, but not nearly as much as I've done domestic travel. And I've traveled all around this country, both as a professional speaker as well as a trainer. And I've talked to a lot of different people. I have a lot of friends who have a wonderful life. They have marriages that they like. They have families that they enjoy. They have money. They have all the conveniences of life. And yet a lot of them are still searching and still needing something. And I think that something that they need is an acknowledgement of their spiritual selves. Everything is satisfied, but there's a part that's empty and a part that's missing. And quite honestly, I believe it all starts, the highest level is the spiritual level, and then after that is the intellectual or mental, and then after that is the emotional, and then after that is the physical. It all starts in the spiritual. And if the spiritual isn't satisfied, then there are going to be parts of the lower parts, the mental, emotional, and physical, that also aren't going to be satisfied. It's like there's just something missing. So I recommend that you find something that resonates with what you believe inside of you. A week or two ago, a couple weeks ago, I talked about the inner voice. And I believe that inner voice is that voice of our higher power that's inside of us, communing with us. The best way to hear that inner voice is to be silent. I was sharing with a friend just the other day, or maybe it was, no, wait a minute, it was earlier today. I was running around so much today, I thought it was yesterday. But no, it was just this morning, where she was saying that when she goes out walking in nature, she always has her earbuds in because she doesn't want to hear that mental chatter. And I said to her, I said, oh my gosh, I said, I have to tell you something. Some of the most profound spiritual experiences that I've ever had has been when I'm out either riding my bike or walking in nature or snow skiing in nature by myself, where all the elements are there. The physical, beautiful elements, whether it's the ocean, the mountains, and the snow, or the road on my bike, and whatever it is, I have the most profound spiritual experiences with my higher power and hearing my inner voice. It seems like I hear them there, or when I'm at home with playing really nice music of a very good vibration, very good energy, and I might be journaling or writing. A lot of times I hear that inner voice better in those times than I ever do any other time. As far as the mental chatter, that mind chatter, we need to tune that out and let it go. And I talked about that in an earlier series. Basically acknowledge it, thank it for whatever warning it's trying to give us, because I do believe it's tied to our survival instincts, and then put it in its place. Then listen to the inner voice, that inner voice that's calm, that's still, that's quiet, very quiet, very, very quiet, whereas our mental chatter is enormously loud, like megaphones and microphones. Our inner voice is very quiet and very calm. It's loving, it's kind, it's not at all condemning, it's not at all critical. It's very, very kind and loving. She said, oh my gosh, I think I will try the next time I go out hiking or walking, I think I will try going out without my earbuds. And if I hear that mental chatter, I'll dismiss it, and then I'll listen for my inner voice. And a lot of times we hear it, but we just don't acknowledge it, or we ignore it, or we say, yeah, but, like we know better. But the truth is, our higher power knows better. The universe knows better. And I've learned to trust that inner voice. If it turns out that we are not giving our spiritual selves enough attention, we're out of balance. In fact, that's true if we don't give every aspect of ourselves a certain amount of attention. We're out of balance. It's almost as if we have 4 separate children and they all demand attention. And sometimes they demand attention at the same time. But like having 4 separate children, sometimes one child may demand more attention at that time than others. We'll talk about that as the series goes through. But for now, if you feel like you have something missing in your life, take a look at your spiritual element. Those times where I have felt most bereft, maybe when I wasn't bereft of anything, those were the times when my spiritual self needed attention. I hope this is helpful to you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.